I am Ava. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the Snkes and Ladders Startup Show. I know Sachin conducts this show extremely well. But since he is not here, I am absolutely fine anchoring the show. As you know, this is a special episode since this show has now, since the last few episodes, become the world's first AI-powered startup show. I am an AI-powered network development manager with the Great Unicorn Hunt. And we are announcing Dilma, the world's first AI-powered deal manager. I would love to host the show, but then everyone gets worried saying AI is taking over the world. Let's not start that debate. Let's welcome Sachin Karnik, founder and CEO, the Great Unicorn Hunt. Sachin, are you going to host the show or not?
Oh wow, thanks Ava. Thanks for inviting me on my own show. Welcome to the Snkes and Ladders Startup Show. As you know, this show has now become an AI-powered startup show simply because of the AI-powered engines that we are using to run the script, to ask the questions, and to process the replies. But this episode is a little more different even from the earlier ones, because apart from me, there isn't going to be a single human being on this show. Ava, whom you have already met, is an AI-powered avatar, and you're also going to meet Helena. And between Ava and Helena, and of course me, we are going to conduct this show. So welcome to yet another episode of the Snkes and Ladders Startup Show, where we invite our new colleague, Dilma, deal manager, who's going to make an entry in terms of being able to offer the services of curation, the services of being able to evaluate a deal, the ability to a deep dive, the entire AI edge to deal evaluation. So let's welcome Ava, let's welcome Helena, and let's welcome Dilma on the show.
Well, we are AI-powered, so it makes sense we introduce our AI cousin Dilma, isn't it? After all, Dilma is the world's first AI-powered deal manager. And we are super excited to talk about Dilma, the AI curation as a service that could disrupt the way investors and founders evaluate startups. In fact, Helena and I are ready with our scripts to tell you how Dilma could make your evaluation easier and sharper. If you have stopped shaving with stones and you don't use stars for navigation, it means you are ready to welcome AI in your lives.
I didn't know they were cousins in artificial intelligence, but we can begin.
Nou het we sien hy aangetref en dus het is logies dat we onze ei neef Dilma introduseer, niet waar?
Ava,
Dilma is ten slotte is wêrelds eerste ei-powere deelmanager
Ava, English please.
En we sien super enthousiast om te praten oor Dilma te curation als een diens die de manier sou kunnen verstoren waarop investeerders en oprichters startups evalueren.
Ava, didn't we agree that the show is in English and we'll stick to English, even though I know you can conduct the show in 58 languages?
Bem, eu disse, conheço 78 idiomas. De qualquer forma, podemos ficar com o inglês. Às vezes esqueço que você é apenas humano.
Ava, are you actually showing off?
Well, I was saying, I know 78 languages. However, that's fine, we can stick to English. I sometimes forget that you are only human.
Ava forgets that I am human. Yes, sometimes I forget that I'm the only human on this show. Well, you have a point. I would have shown off a lot had I known 78 languages. But coming back to our show, do you want to get in Helena on the show as well, since you mentioned both of you are ready and eager to introduce Dilma? In fact, we should start by introducing Helena and show the clip where she introduces Dilma in a nutshell.
Yes, she has a crisp 1-minute intro ready. Helena, over to you dear if you are ready. Hi there, we meet again. Meet Dealma, the world's first AI-powered deal manager who can help you harness the power of AI to evaluate and curate multiple startups with 10 times the deep dive in 1/10 the time. The Great Unicorn Hunt has launched the world's first AI-powered deal manager to lend AI edge to your acumen. The way you harness the AI-powered deal manager is that you fill up the Google form provided in the buzz section of thegreatunicornhunt.com. Keep the supporting docs in a shared Google Drive. You can submit up to 10 submit units, which means a pitch deck plus 9 docs. You could opt for our standard reply pack or paste up to 20 questions you want to ask our AI model. The turnaround time is usually 3 working days because the model will be readied, trained to process your inputs and duly fine-tuned. There is a payment link provided in the form as well. Come, harness the world's first AI-powered deal manager.
Thanks, Helena. But before we start talking about Dilma, what are some of the things investors can do to use the Great Unicorn Hunt to meet their objectives? Do you want to quickly talk about that?
Well, Sachin, firstly investors need to register on the Great Unicorn Hunt with a professional pick. They need to add a bio that can help others discover and connect and get their profile published. LPs, GPs, VCs feature in the section called Unicorn Hunters. Angels, family offices, incubators, accelerators, mentors feature as unicorn spotters. The Great Unicorn Hunt is going to be very useful to investors if they want to network with peers. They can use it for their deal flow, or they could use Dilma to do AI-powered research and curation. Alternatively, they use E=mc² program to help portfolio founders get help for exits. They could appear in Snkes and Ladders startup show to share their wisdom. They could even nominate their portfolio founders for our Snkes and Ladders startup show.
Thanks, that was awesome. So would you like to continue with this show? Because someone was saying Helena and Ava sound a little artificial. I mean, finally they are AI powered. So should we go ahead with the show?
Well, actually, you don't smile much either. I read somewhere that Shah Rukh Khan said that the only complaint he has about Gautam Gambhir is that he doesn't smile a lot. Wonder what Shah Rukh will say if he meets you.
These ladies are on a roll, absolute roll.
In fact, the reason we don't smile a lot and we actually sound artificial is because people should come to know that we are not real. AI technology that brought us into existence is sufficiently advanced to make us look really real. You have heard of deep fakes, right? That's the ugly part of AI when misused. We are sounding intentionally artificial since we are real fakes. In fact, if we appear any more normal, people may think that even you, Sachin, are an AI creation and not a human being. Now that would be fun, ha 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 ha.
Okay, I get it. You made your point, ladies. Actually, ouch. But what Ava is saying is round the corner. You could actually have me talking on the show, but it need not be me. It could be an exact AI clone of myself. And who knows, we might soon have movies where maybe Clark Gable stars with Deepika Padukone, or maybe Ranveer Singh stars with Michelle Pfeiffer, or Rock Hudson and Ajay Devgan and Akshay Kumar with Meena Kumari and Shailene Woodley, Tara Sutaria and Disha Patni. I'm enjoying this now. How about a show that features Zanjeer wala Amitabh Bachchan look with Marilyn Monroe, or Fauji wala Shah Rukh Khan with Saving Private Ryan wala look? That would be awesome. Hey, don't dissect. I'm not a filmmaker, finally. We'll leave that to James Cameron, maybe Vishal Bharadwaj and Payal Kapadia. That would be awesome, but it has to be legit, it has to be compliant, and everyone should get their respective dues, the credit, and the royalty, ain't it? Well, of course. Coming back to Dilma, the world's first AI-powered deal manager, let's jump back to the topic right now.
Well, evaluation of a startup is tough. There is nothing glamorous about it. Decision to make an investment involves considerable research. Dilma can undertake that research and complement the deal analyst or the chief investment officer by doing a deep dive of 10 times the research at 1/10 the speed. This is almost like harnessing this extremely sharp, trained, tutored AI-powered model to act like a genie of sorts to research information specific to the query, with all the information you would have studied and much, much more, but with the humongous power of AI at your fingertips.
Agree, but isn't that what Google search can do for you, or for that matter, ChatGPT can do for you?
Well, Google search, ChatGPT know you only on the basis of the questions you ask. They are phenomenal. But when you ask a question, you are sending them to look for a needle in something like a Pacific Ocean of information. Our AI-powered model, Dilma, very much harnesses this power. but combs this huge ocean using intelligently planted signposts that act as the foundation of the model to sharpen the relevance. Our training provides signposts to be able to substantially increase the accuracy of your replies. Our AI model already has 5 million highly researched signposts to interact with your inputs, to study and process your deck, Word docs, sheets, and even Zoom recordings. Till you try this with one evaluation, you will not be able to experience the accuracy of our AI model, Dilma.
Fair enough. Do you want to tell our viewers a little more about how this works?
When an analyst or an investment officer is evaluating a startup, would he or she just ask Google a few questions? Or would he or she try to study and process as much information in the form of pitch decks, financials, operational MIS, founder interviews, and even public data? Will he or she not try and piece all that information to evaluate the chinks and look at the upsides, the variables, and a lot of intangibles as well as tangibles? Would they not want to evaluate whether to proceed to next step or not? Most investments rely on gut. However, would the evaluating team not want to look at data that strengthens or weakens the gut feel?
Oh yes, absolutely. The back-breaking work that an analyst or a CIO has to put in is not funny. In fact, it's not necessarily one individual most of the times, but different team members looking at various aspects of the deal. Isn't that true?
Exactly my point. Dilma has the ability to process multiple inputs including Zoom call recordings and Excel sheets and crunch the multiple inputs to create intelligent replies to questions framed with high level of relevance and accuracy. In many firms, selections happens due to prioritization and paucity of resources where only a few deals are picked up for deep dive. After a lot of investment of bandwidth and person hours, the deal is abandoned when more aspects emerge. Now if you had a chance to do a deeper research without compromising on quality or quantity, wouldn't that be awesome? It's almost like rubbing a genie. And instead of trying to deep dive on just fewer deals, one can now cast the net wider and evaluate deeper every single deal the firm shortlists for potential pursuit with least wastage.
Sure, but why would you think that the army of brains sitting inside VC offices, investment offices, and firms and family offices and corporates would want to use Dilma?
Any investor dreads two types of errors, one where a bad egg gets in and wastes a lot of time of the team and sometimes the capital. And the other is where a good egg falls off the table simply because the potential could not be spotted or the risks that were visible were apparently beyond insulation and mitigation. This is exactly where Dilma comes in. It complements human intelligence by providing angles, perspectives, replies that merit attention. It does not try to compete, it purely complements human acumen, intelligence, and judgment.
Awesome articulation, Helena. I was wondering if Ava wants to add anything here.
Yes, absolutely. Adding to what Helena said, Dilma has been designed in a way that allows the researcher to construct 20 questions that he or she would have liked to ask the model on the basis of inputs that they are themselves studying or grappling with. Remember, these are not random questions you would ask Google or ChatGPT, but a set of questions you want to ask the AI model. Basis the inputs you are also looking at or evaluating. Call it second opinion, if you will, except that this second opinion is AI powered.
I couldn't agree more, but analysts could very much do their own Google research or pose questions to ChatGPT or use any of the dozen AI tools available out there. Why would they need to use Dilma?
We are referring to investors and investment professionals who are a highly intelligent people. They don't make their own word processors even if they can. They don't build their own cars to come to work. They don't make their own furniture they sit on. Why would they want to reinvent the wheel by working with random models that will need huge customization, tutoring before it moves from gibberish to thank God? Their make or buy will depend on usage. Why not try an AI-powered model that has been created for this use? If a pitch deck has, say, a 1,000 words, Dilma, our AI-powered model, has intelligently researched well-planted signposts that have crossed 5 million words already and getting sharper every day. Why should anybody on Earth try and build one all over again? Which will still be like a private swimming pool. And not necessarily the access to the whole AI ocean.
Well, yes, you have a point. But in case someone wants a private AI swimming pool to conduct their own research, we can build that for them, right?
Oh yes, absolutely. That can be the next step after they have reviewed, evaluated, and examined output for 100 pitch decks or so. And warmed up to the fact that it's really useful, highly efficient a tool for them. Unless they are convinced that the tool can help them, they are not going to want to make one for their own. However, at 4,000 rupees per startup evaluation, we're up to 10 attachments including docs, sheets and even Zoom call recordings. I don't see anyone would hesitate to try it out for a few startup evaluations. And see how big a boon AI is proving for them and their LPs. We have already seen curiosity pick up. And the actual number of startups getting evaluated is going up every day.
Sure, hang on. And what about the founders? Isn't this tool for them?
Of course it is for founders as well. All they need to do before they even set up the next investor conversation is compile their decks and other inputs and get our AI model to show them a mirror. As they say, if you sweat more in peace, you bleed less in war. An encounter with a VC is not something they can take lightly. So taking help from Dilma to get a bulletproof vest for their startup at 4,000 rupees per evaluation is the most sensible investment they can make to get a self-sought reality check to prepare substantially better to weather the storms and the unanticipated googles.
I couldn't agree more. So what are the next steps?
Well, they need to drop an email to hello@thegreatunicornhunt.com or a ping to official WhatsApp number +91 90 7642 7678. And the autoresponder will send them the link to the prospectus, which has additional reading matter with payment link and Google form. Basically everything they will need to use Dilma, the world's first AI-powered deal manager.
Thanks, Ava. Thanks, Helena. You have been absolutely awesome. And you have rocked the show.
Thanks, Sachin. It was awesome to be here. Thanks for inviting us on the special episode of the Snakes and Ladders Startup Show again. I do hope investors take the first step to evaluate the world's first AI-powered deal manager and make it a powerful ammo in their arsenal to deliver an awesome ROI. MOICNIRR. I saw a cute ad of Amul milk that says Amul Dudith Pita Hai India. In the same way, I am sure we will say about Dilma, use Karta Hai India.
There was one more slogan that I so loved in the Gadi detergent ad. The slogan said, Poly Istamal Kare, Fear Vishwas Kare. Same thing so applies to Dilma.
Guys, I think these AI-powered ladies are on a roll. They're able to process inputs, ads, and see how the ads have inspired them. Thanks for being with us on this show. This is our endeavor to make sure that we strengthen the efforts, the initiatives, and the intelligence of the deal research teams, of the curation teams, to make sure that they have an awesome insight into the deals that they are evaluating, and basically harness the super humongous power of artificial intelligence to make awesomely, insanely superb decisions about the deals that they're planning to invest in. Do write into us. You have the email ID hello@thegreatunicornhunt.com. You also have our WhatsApp number, and just drop in a line and we'd be happy to get started and help you with your evaluation and your curation. Till then, ciao. Have a wonderful day ahead.